All right, men, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today is just a quick video. I'm just letting you guys know I am getting ACL reconstruction tomorrow. It'll be Thursday, the 20th of June here in Melbourne, Australia, and I'm going to get a new ACL. I've never had surgery. I've never gone under before. So I'm going in for the day and I'm staying the night. So I've got to be at the hospital at like 7 a.m. and I'm sure the surgery will happen before midday. I stay the night and I'll be released the next day. Now, let me know if you've ever had ACL reconstruction or knee surgery before. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. For me, I'll run you through a bit of the backstory, why I need this ACL reconstruction and what the surgery is going to be. I'm going to do a follow-up video, of course, once I'm out of hospital. And I might share a few shorts while I'm in there. We'll see what happens, but you might not hear from me for a few days. So in 2019, it's 2024 now, so I completely ruptured my ACL doing jiu-jitsu. I think I might have done it in two different instances because I was caught in a position called like a lockdown where my leg was being manipulated by someone else's legs, and there was a lot of pressure on my knee, but I didn't really feel it. And then all of a sudden you feel this little click or like, a pop. Not really a pop for me. It was more just like a click. And I was like, I had to tap and I was like, oh, that didn't feel very good. It wasn't very painful, but then my knee did swell up and it started to feel just swollen, sore, stiff. Okay. And I saw a doctor who was reluctant to give me a referral for an MRI. So he was a bit of an idiot doctor. He should have just given me one so I could get it checked out, because he gave me a false sense of security of just resting, which is also part of my bad as well. Saw a few different physios that said, oh, just rest, you'll be fine. Should have got the MRI, but I didn't. Went back to jiu-jitsu way too early, way too soon and confident. And during a takedown, my knee collapsed on me, and that might have been the complete rupture. Not sure, because then after that, I ended up getting a referral from a doctor finally to get an MRI. And yes, I had a ruptured ACL, complete rupture. That means the ACL's completely split in half, meniscus damage. So yeah, and that was how I did it originally. And I saw a pretty good physio after that who was very confident in my ability to be stable and be strong. She was actually surprised to the point where she said, I couldn't tell the difference between you having no ACL and an ACL. And she did tell me there is a lot of athletes these days who will not get surgery. And I didn't get surgery for up until, well, tomorrow I'm getting surgery. So I spent about 4 years with no ACL, and I completely rehabbed my knee back to full range, full strength, back squatting 100 kilos, still doing jiu-jitsu. And I attribute that to a lot of the Ben Patrick knees over toes guy rehab stuff. I did a bunch of his courses, and that really helped. There's a few people in the industry that don't, I don't think they have some sort of thing against Ben Patrick and knees over toes. Maybe they think it's a bit of a cult. However, for me, I just did the programs. It worked for myself. I've helped a bunch of clients get out of knee pain with it. And I think it's great for rehab, and I think it's great for injury prevention. There are multiple other ways you can rehab your knee and get stronger in your joints and your knees. That worked for me. I like to combine a bunch of everything, but I'm still going to use those protocols as well as seeing, say an osteo or a physio for my rehab after this surgery. But I rehabbed my knee back to being able to do, competitive, well, not competitive, but high jiu-jitsu, where I was rolling hard, sparring multiple times a week, back squatting 100 kilos, which for me was a lot, but still managing to go heavy on the legs. But within that 4-year period, I did re-injure my knee a couple of times, which was funny. About 2.5 years ago, just after my first son was born, about 2 years ago now, I re-injured the knee in jiu-jitsu, seriously, to the point where my knee was stuck bent and I had to use crutches, and I was out from training properly for probably 6 months, right? And I had to rehab my knee back to being functional. And I did. I rehabbed it back again to being able to do things. But from that point onwards, I had to be way more conscious of my knee, particularly in jiu-jitsu, because I'd gotten complacent to feeling so confident that it's something I'd forgotten about. And then I had my injury in jiu-jitsu. But from that point on, I was very conscious, right? Rolling in specific ways where I was always being aware and I was always reminding myself. Training, very conscious of how my knees were feeling while I was training. But I still managed to be able to train hard, do MMA, do jiu-jitsu, back squat, run and everything. But I was always just a little bit more conscious of it. But this is where people say, and I've heard people say to me, is that's the bit difference between having surgery and not having surgery. When you do have your ACL reconstructed, eventually once you've rehabbed from that, you can kind of take away a little bit of that worry and that second guessing yourself because your knee does feel more stable. For me, I was always having to think about it because I didn't want to re-injure it. And then here comes the second injury, which was the most recent one. Just after my second daughter, or just after my second child was born, I've gone and re-injured my knee again. Having babies and then injuring my knee seemed to go hand in hand. And as you could tell, my wife wasn't very happy because being a dad on crutches with a new baby or a new baby and a toddler, and she's having to recover from birth and I'm on the couch, she wasn't very happy. So we're not having any more kids. We don't plan on doing it. But I've re-injured it 4 months ago in February. I'm going to share a video. You can watch it here on the side. Took my son to the trampoline park, did some backflips in a row. I've already got a compromised knee. I do 3 backflips. The third one, my back leg that has no ACL, landed flush on the ground and the other leg landed on the trampoline. The pressure, knee collapses inwards. I've re-injured my knee. I've loosened everything up. And what I've actually done this time is the ACL's clearly gone. I've damaged my meniscus more, but I also tore the PCL, okay? That's where I'm at now, and that was in February this year. Now, it's to the point where my quality of life is impacted. My knee is unstable. It's collapsed on me the last 3 months about 2 times, walking our dog. I've got a 70 kilo Great Dane. It collapsed on me and I've had to be very cautious with my knee. So I'm not going to go down the rehab route anymore of just trying to do it without surgery because I feel like I've done too much damage. And if my knee continues to get injured and collapsing on itself, the meniscus continually get damaged. You want to maintain your meniscus health as much as you can. Worse meniscus, more meniscus damage, early onset of arthritis, which I know I'm going to get arthritis, but if your meniscus is damaged more, apparently the arthritis comes on way sooner. So I'm going for surgery. They've been able to see me within 3 months, and that 3-month mark has come nice and quick. And tomorrow I'm going in for surgery. I'm going to get a new ACL where they're grafting part of the hamstring. They're going to do what they can with my meniscus with either cleaning it up or they might be able to do surgery on it depending on how damaged it is. They said they're not going to know that until they get inside. And then apparently they might be doing something to my ITB band where they kind of tighten up the ITB band. I'm not sure exactly how that works. If you do know, please let me know your experience with that in the comments. And that's it. So, new ACL. I'm looking forward to sharing my recovery, my rehab. I'm going to probably share some of my favorite exercises with you in the future with dealing with knee pain, getting out of rehabbing knee surgery. Some things are going to help. Again, it's not going to be, a magic pill for you guys, but it's just what's worked for me. I'm going to share those movements with you guys that do experience knee pain or have knee pain post-surgery. Plus, doing these exercises are going to be great just for injury prevention. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys today is I'm going in for an ACL surgery. That's the history of my experience with knee injuries in sport. And I think anyone can, depending on the quality of your knee health and the severity of your injury, you might not need to get surgery. And I didn't for like 4 years, and I still played with my kids roughly. I was still doing jiu-jitsu and a bit of boxing and MMA, 3-4 times a week, lifting heavy weights with back squats and deadlifts, and I was fine. But a compromised knee is a compromised knee, and it was just a matter of time, and I got injured a few times until the knee was going to be injured again, and it did. And now I'm at this point where surgery is the best option in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Just a quick shout out to my own business, right? I have a fat loss ebook. The downloading link is in the description. It's completely free. That's going to cover your diet. It's got a program, mindset recovery, but it's completely free. Download it in the link. And as you know, I do men's coaching. I offer men's health coaching. If you're a man who wants to build self-confidence and build muscle, get leaner, and create a healthy lifestyle, there's a free booking link. I would love to have a chat with you. Just talk about where you're at with your training, your mindset, your nutrition. What do you need help with? The link is in the description, guys. I'd love to hear from you. Like, comment, share. Please subscribe to my channel if you're finding value and you like my videos. I'd love to share more with you, which I will be. And I'll talk to you on the other side of a new knee. Let's go.